Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, JC, and today we finally have figured out what I was doing wrong in the past 10 videos, and I could not figure out the video quality. And today I finally figured it out on Streamlabs, and now I'm producing 1080p content. I also got this little light on my face so you can actually see me now. But we're gonna go back to the video. The topic today is to discuss my attacks. We're going to actually go through all the attacks with AE, it's in the game, our ESL Town Hall 13 Cup clan versus TEP, who seems like an Asian clan, maybe a Chinese clan. They actually made it all the way to the round of 16. So I'm going to show you my attack and then our other attacks in terms of how we planned it. And we're going to go from there. So the first attack I did was on number 3. I'll show you guys the base and my general thinking behind it. When I saw this base, I thought I can do a queen walk from this mortar side down to get to Town Hall, but this scattershot Inferno was very, very annoying. So I was going to blimp Yeti it, especially with the queen there. If I could get the queen with the blimp and the Yeti, then I knew this was going to be a 3-star, with miners coming in from the back end, or no, hogs coming in from the back end. So, the only thing that was a little scary was this blimp, which I brought a freeze for. So, as you see here, I tripled it, but I just want to make, just walk through the plan, because it all worked out. I'm going to do the replay now. So, I started off with a loon, a baby dragon, clear off that elixir collector, because I did not want the queen to walk towards 12. Queen starts off in the cannon, and she starts walking down. I wanted her to take out the AD before I sent the blimp in, so I also put a baby dragon on the bottom. I really hope I didn't hit a black mine. I took out the AD, and I froze the sweeper. In comes the blimp with the Yeti and a Valk. I've raised the Yeti and the Valk, completely destroyed the queen, and now lured out the CC. So right now, I also put the king to help funnel out the queen, and I have a jump for the queen. I did the jump a little too early, I think, but because I was a little scared it was going to run out of time. I don't have a level 4 jump. And I threw a wizard behind to help the queen, and I threw a couple hogs to take out that archer tower because I did not want him to ruin any pathing. The king took down the enemy king, and he's going to create a nice funnel. And queen's going to take down the lava hound and the ice golem pretty easily, especially with the the wizard behind it. Queen comes in. I was a little scared the queen wouldn't take the jump. I'd use my last rage for the queen, my only rage actually for the queen. Queen is now sniping at the town hall, and I immediately switched to hogs. I knew I was close on time, so I did the hogs out first. I was supposed to send an ice golem with the queen, forgot. So I just shot him over there, just tanked the expo. He freezes, and I ward in. I put a heal on the first Inferno. I put some wizards behind to help out as cleanup because I only had that much time left. Put another heal against the scatter. Probably a little too early heal, but can never heal too early, I guess. The RC is killing my hogs right now. I have my RC out with a hero potion, make it level 20, and I cannot wait until I'm able to level him up to level 20, especially my king is level 70 as well. And as you see, hogs had a really nice pathing to the base, ran into 2 giant bombs, but I healed over them or tomed over them, and the RC just makes icing on the cake, and it's just super strong. But yeah, that was a 3 for us. I attacked at the last second. I thought honestly we were going to win. We were up, I think 1, and then I went in. I knew I got a triple, and then I exited out of the war, and I saw they got 3 more triples against us. I got tripled, Alex got tripled, Ohms got tripled, and JWowz got tripled. I think, honestly, we might have lost this war because our defenses were so low. I think some of our defenses, a lot of our bases weren't max. I'm not max. Alex isn't max at all, and everything like that. But we'll go on to the next attack, the next 3-star. So, or just the next attack. So, This base, I think I've definitely seen this base before. But the way we kind of organize our clan, we kind of let everyone do their own like planning, and then we'll talk it as a clan. He eventually had E-Drags coming in from the town hall, but we thought blimping the town hall will probably be more easier. So he had the king up top. King is going to work his funnel down. I think I wanted him to do the archer right behind the king, just so she'll take that expo down. But it didn't really work out that way. King went to the right. And then here comes the giant, and here comes the queen. So it's a little odd, but it still had the blimp right into the town hall. And blimps right into the town hall are super strong right now. Super strong. Queen got held up with a bunch of skellies, which is unfortunate. But he has a nice rage on the town hall. Town hall quickly goes down to the Yeti Mites and the Valk. Yeti Mites are still going to do a lot of work in this little compartment. Unfortunately, lures out the CC. Did not want that to happen with the E-Drags. We also wanted him to do another round, another E-Drag over here just to clear out the army camp. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. As you'll see, they start straying. And then the RC comes out. Again, once the CC was lured out, it was kind of hard to do anything because the RC is not going to do its value. And then the E-Drags are all going to be clumped up with the Archer Hound, unfortunately. So right now we were kind of scared in Discord, and we were like, okay, we just need to get the 50% at this point. We just need to get the 50%. RC finally takes out the Hound, but as you see, all the E-Drags did not go towards the middle. They went towards the Hound. So that was kind of like the reason why I kind of failed, I think. If the Hound didn't pop out, or we killed the Hound beforehand, everything would have filtered into the middle, to the queen. So it may have been a 3, especially if our original plan was to put RC against this 6 o'clock Inferno. But again, hey, it's a good try, and it eventually just falters out from here. We were again, it was a little low of a score. I think he ends up with, let's see, 71. So anything in this meta, if you're not tripling or getting like a high 80, it's kind of a low score. So even in percentage game, it matters. Next is Alms versus their number 2. Again, really, really cool blimp Yeti attack on that single Inferno. You'll see here. We discussed it pretty well. He thought of his plan, and it just went perfectly. Actually, put a slammer. This is really cool. He put a slammer down against the Inferno. Everyone just blimps, but if pathing is correct, do a slammer. Slammer gets a lot more value. It kills off some defenses. He actually went a slammer right against a single Inferno and an AD, so as you saw, it still kept it pretty alive. Did a Baby Dragon to clear out the funnel for the Queen, and luckily that Loon hits a Black Mine because you don't want the healer, especially since he's bringing only 4. Healer comes out. King is going to engage on the RC and the Queen. There was a nice poison against the CC and the Barbarian King. I was a little worried because the King is still staying up. The Queen's not even shooting at the King at all. That Archer Queen just barely survived with King, Expo, and the CC on her, and the Wizard Tower. King takes out the RC. We were hoping to take out the enemy Queen. Didn't. It's fine. And then so the Queen's going to do a lot of action. Here comes a Pekka on top to funnel. He's also going to bring his RC up top to funnel, as long as with another rage to keep the Queen alive. Here comes Ice Golem with an RC. Always do if you're doing a flanking RC like this, always have room for an Ice Golem because it just gives you so much more value. Out comes the Miners and the Hogs. And look at the pathing around the base. The Queen is just going to do so much work around the base. Has a nice tome to tome the scatter shot and the eagle shots. Eagle's going to go down. The Queen is going to keep going around. He has three heals for this base. So he didn't have to use a jump. He uses 2 rages for the Queen because the Queen really got her objectives, and that's all you really need him to do. You need the rest of the base to clean up. And then the Miners are going to do work. What he needed to do right now, again, he got the 3, so it's not a big deal. Just put Wizards down a little earlier. Not a big deal. But yeah, it was still a really, really cool attack. Usually, anytime you see bases that have like exposed town halls like that, always try to exploit that. Use a Queen Walk, especially if there's no single Inferno protecting it or anything like that. You can also throw a bunch of freezes on there as well, or Ice Golems or anything like that. It was just a really, really good planned out attack. And you won't be seeing this much often, where the queen has just an unobstructed path to the town hall to snipe it. We saw my attack on number 3, and now we'll go to Isto's attack on their number 4. So we talked about this plan pretty in depth. We wanted the queen to jump into this Inferno tower, which she doesn't, unfortunately. But you'll see, I don't understand why not. Maybe this elixir storage really ruined it. Maybe the queen wasn't high up enough. I don't know. The P.E.K.K.A comes out, clears off the funnel for the queen, and now the queen's going to come in, shoot the archer tower. Out comes the healers. Healers are down, and it's this elixir collector that's still up, and then this archer tower is still up. I think if the archer tower was not up, maybe that could have worked, but now you're in a pretty perilous spot right now. The healers are getting roasted. Maybe I would have sent the RC against this Inferno tower to make it work, but then you don't have the RC for the rest of the base, so it's pretty tough to figure out how to make that work. Queen is now almost about to be healerless, and then he's still dealing with the Lava Hound. He's still dealing with the Lava Hound, and eventually the queen will just die to the pups. She doesn't have any healing, and now King is on King, and then he's just improvising right now. I think he wanted to eventually do. I think he wanted to do this plan originally, King on King, but he wanted the queen to shoot down all this expos and stuff. So unfortunately, the queen walked, and it's just tough timing from there. Now here comes the miners and the hogs and the famous hybrid, and then some wizards behind to clear off some of the pups. And then it's at this point just getting as high percentage as possible, and then from there. The healer is down. The heals are down. RC is doing work, but unfortunately, look how much left is the base. Maybe with the expos gone, they could have had it. He might have had. He had another rage for the expos. He got an expo that, and then the only thing that would have been left, it was this like nice L shaped, which you always want when you're producing hits, because look, the miners go away from the hogs, and then you're gonna facing 2 scatter shots, which is super scary in a flanking Inferno tower. Something I would never ever want to face. But yeah, it was just a good try. At this point, it's just a percentage game. We're voice chat. We're just chatting them, hey, get as much percentage with wizards, and we got a 70. Good try. Again, just one little thing can fail this whole raid, which is unfortunate. And then finally, it's Alex. We actually had this base to FC. A little slight variation in the base. This base made it easier because it's the CC location. The other place was the CC was off balance or something like that. So it was actually easier to do a Yeti Smash. But again, just a very, very simple Warden Walk to Yeti Smash. I love Warden Walks. I think because the fact you can control where the ward can go, it makes such a good dynamic of the game from there. So Warden is taking out the Elixir Collector and Elixir Storage. Here comes the King. Here comes an Ice Golem to tank. Here comes the Siege Barracks to create that really, really nice funnel. Warden is going to take that Elixir Collector, and now here comes everything else. Here comes the Yetis. The Yetis are engaged the Queen, or the Barbarian King. And then, unfortunately, the Queen starts walking. Look where this Queen goes. So she goes to the Arch Tower, or she goes to the Wizard Tower, Cannon. Everything's inside. Nothing's attacking the Town Hall yet, which I don't understand how. Queen is going to take out this Wizard Tower, but since everything is funneled, she's going to come back in. Finally, Town Hall gets activated. Everything's inside with the Wizard, but he has all the healers in there. And here comes the Hogs, and luckily the Queen is shooting herself back in. That's the most smartest Queen I've ever seen. And then he comes into the little tough part of the raid where there's a ton of splash. Here comes the scatter shots, two multi infernos. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. RC is going against the bottom part of the raid, but the Teslas are gone, and this is going to be a 3. This is kind of similar to our bases where we really didn't have that much to upgrade. We had a little bit more than this guy. This guy didn't even have his Wizard Towers upgraded, but they were facing against pretty low defenses against ours. I know Alex's base, which just walls upgraded, so it was just level 12 defenses. So hybrids really just destroy them. And that's how we got tripled. It was just all hybrids against us, which was really unfortunate. It's real. Again, I'm a big advocate in terms of I think that attack strategy can triple any base as long as you get the queen value. And swagging the queen ability still, and Alex gets a 3-star. Good job, Alex. It's very unfortunate, I think, for this clan, our clan, Affiliate Esports, to put up 13 in its first war and lose. It's pretty unfortunate against someone that's 14. But yeah, it happens. It's Town Hall 13. Meta is so crazy. But I'd be interested in terms of how we perform when we all have max defenses. I think this more may have gone the other way, especially with this clan going to the round of 16. I think maybe round 8. I'm not too sure. Maybe round 16, round 8, but that's pretty far, and it's very respectable to be one of the last 16 clans in a very, very, very tough tournament. If you guys are liking this content, please like and subscribe. Throw a comment below if you guys made it this far. Please comment in terms of how much better this video content quality is. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next time.